Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my live. Welcome to my live. Good night, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Love Morgan. I saw you in Florida with Barry, girl. You're living the life. You're living the life, girl. Thank you for the like. How is the vacation going? How is the vacation going? Vacation going. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. It was really, really good to see you. Hey, Michelle, what's going on? Michelle, Tessa. Guys, if you haven't connected to Simply Michelle, she has some wonderful, juicy stories over her channel. Nice, nice. If you're washing the dishes or you're making dinner or you want to fall asleep, some very good storytelling. Check out Simply Michelle. Some really nice stories over Michelle's channel. Really, really nice. Ladies, I want to bring out the men. I want to know if we are ungrateful. What do you think, ladies? Are we ungrateful? Do we show the same love and attention that they show to us? So I want them to tell us what they think. Hi, Puneet. How are you? Thank you for joining my live. Where are you connecting to us from, Puneet? How are you? Okay, yes, enjoy your vacay. Orlando is beautiful. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for passing by, Appreciate you, girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Men, let's talk. Let's talk, men. Are women ungrateful? Do we show appreciation to you? Or do you show mostly appreciation to us? Okay, you're connecting from India, Puneet. Thank you. I appreciate you, Puneet. Do you speak English, Puneet, or some English? Hi from Switzerland. Hi. Thank you for joining. I want the men to tell me what they think. Are we ungrateful men? Do you think we're ungrateful? Do we show you love? Okay, you don't think you are grateful? Oh, you don't think you're ungrateful, Simply Michelle. Okay, okay. You don't think you are ungrateful. True. That's true. We don't always think we're ungrateful. But I wonder what the men are thinking. I wonder what the men are thinking. Hi from Sierra Leone. George, hi. Sierra Leone. What's your language there? Is it English is your first language, George, or is it French? Life with Nadine and family. As you join, please give the live a like. George, did you give a like? Puneet, did you give a like? Or maybe you did. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. I want to know, Nadine, do you think you are an ungrateful woman? Do you think you show your husband a lot of love and attention? Do you give him physical and non-physical appreciation? MM is chiming in just before she has to go. I feel like we give men more love. We are not ungrateful for sure. So, okay, so we have two on the women's side so far. So MM is saying we are not ungrateful. Women are not ungrateful. Simply Michelle also said she doesn't believe, and she's speaking mostly for herself, that women are not ungrateful. I am originally from the beautiful Caribbean island of Jamaica, Puneet. Are you married, Puneet? Do you have a wife? And Michelle is saying, however, some ladies, their behavior do let them look unreasonably so. Yes, that made them look ungrateful. That is true, Michelle. So at times, if we don't show it or we don't say it, then we do come off as ungrateful, because you do have some men who shower women with love, with attention, with actual physical gifts, and sometimes they get nothing back in return. Spiral, good evening. You are unmarried, Puneet, okay? But generally, Puneet, have you dated before? Do you court before marriage in your culture? Do you think women are ungrateful? Nadine, this is a very active live. If you notice, I have 100,000 people on this live. I'm not too sure what comment you're speaking of, but let me look for it. So maybe you answered, Nadine, and I did not see it. My apologies. So Nadine, you said blessings. And okay, so Nadine, you say sometimes, sometimes, sometimes. Thank you, Spiral, for the like. So Nadine, you're saying sometimes you think women are ungrateful. I mean, generally, whether male or female, whether man or woman, or behavior can come off as ungrateful. But I want to know, how do you show in your relationship to your partner, to your man, that you are grateful? What are some of the things that you do that shows him that you are matching, or you're meeting, or you are basically satisfying his love language? Okay, so simply Michelle, Nadine is saying hi, and Puneet, you're saying I have not been interested in marriage. So you okay? So you're not interested right now in marriage. Okay, that's fine. And George is chiming in. George says, not women are ungrateful. So you don't think women are ungrateful? Okay, okay. And Audrey, thanks for joining, Audrey. Where are you connecting to us from? You're beautiful. Oh, thank you so much, Audrey. And Selena, you're beautiful and I love your voice. Wow, thank you so much, Selena. I've never really liked my voice, but I appreciate that. So Spiral says, I don't think it is a man or a woman thing. Humans can be ungrateful. So right. So generally, yes, we can be ungrateful, Spiral. So generally, we do have times where we don't show that we are grateful, generally, whether a man or a woman. But in a relationship, Spiral, I want to know what some men think, because some men think that women are ungrateful. You have a lot of men now who are showing angst, who are angry, who are saying that they are not in a relationship now because they find that women are ungrateful, or because they feel as if women don't show them as much as they show the woman in the relationship. So it could come off as ungrateful. Blessings, the great Dean White, blind visionaire, is gracing his presence on my channel. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dean. Good night, good night, good night. So Lena and Audrey, could you give the live a like if you haven't done so? Please subscribe as well. Puneet, you like my hair. Thank you, Puneet. I appreciate that. And who is this? L. I feel called when my name mentioned. Michelle's here. Your name is Michelle as well. Is that what you're saying, L? Is that what you're saying? So yes. So generally, we do find ourselves as humans. Spiral, you're letting me say humans. I'm not on Mars today. I'm right here on Earth. That we are ungrateful, but in a relationship, I want to know from the men, what do you think? What do you think women, do you communicate your love language, first of all, men? I've heard men say that the woman doesn't know their love language or doesn't satisfy their love language, whether it's attention. Whether it's gifts, some men like gifts. You know that some men like gifts. Like if you probably get something for yourself, you probably could get something for him. Some men actually like gifts, just as a woman would like you to come home. If she likes flowers, for you to bring flowers. If she likes candies, for you to bring candy. So some men do like that. Some men like attention. So if you are probably making dinner, you could see what he's doing, or he could make dinner with you. So some men like dinner, sorry, attention as well. So Dean says, I'm here with my 100,000 supporters. I'm here with my 100,000 supporters. So you have more than 200,000 now. Excellent, Dean. Thank you. I know what you mean, Spiral. I'm just messing with you. Michelle says, I do celebrate my husband. There are times I do tell him I do appreciate him at times. We have special, he has special requests I may not feel up to. However, I will push through my laziness and give him his request. That's very good, Michelle. So, in instances like that, you are being selfless. In instances like that, you are meeting what he desires the most, right? Because if each time you're saying, okay, let's do it another time, I'll do it another time, then of course he's going to come off as, you're not showing as much as he shows, right? So I like that, Michelle. I like that. Jonathan is asking, what's my job? What's my Jonathan? If I tell you my job, then we're gonna have a problem. I can't tell you my job, it's secret. Spiral says, everyone knows how the Spiral love language. Yes, we know your love language is food. So, like for me, who doesn't like to go in the kitchen that often, Spiral, I guess my check mark will be unchecked on your list. And Elle says, you're such a nice motivator. Thank you, Elle. I appreciate that. Spiral says, I know some disagree, but for me, 50-50. Okay, appreciate that feedback, Spiral. And Michelle says his love language is quality time and physical touch. So I do try my best to give him and vice versa. Exactly. So how many of you know your partner's love language? Because that could also be very important for your partner to look at whether you're being grateful or not, right? So how many of us know our partner's love language? That's something very important. And I see my bestie, Tony Ann. And Tony Ann says, I love to cook for my man Spiral. Let's get a meet and greet going here. Tony Ann loves to cook and you love to eat. What's going on, Spiral? Let's make a match. Simply says, bless you, Nadine. Nadine simply is blessing you up. And Spiral says the percentage can change, but I think you get together to make a pair or a team, not two, just make one. Got it. Got it. And Dean, Michelle is greeting you in the chat. Spiral says, oh lordy. Jonathan, how old are you? How old are you, Jonathan? Jonathan is sending loves, everyone. Jonathan, did you give the live a like? Okay, you are from Iran. Okay, Jonathan, thank you for connecting with us from Iran. We appreciate that. And we pray for you in Iran. Okay. So, yeah. So, how many of us, Dean, do you know your wife's love language? She loves to laugh. I know that for sure. But is it one of the love languages? Is it quality time? Because if yours is quality time, I don't know if you're getting much quality time from her. So, what is her love language, Dean? And do you think you are meeting or you are stepping up or you're actually satisfying her for her love language? And Jonathan is asking me where I'm from. Okay, so Spiral, you are speaking to Jonathan in that language, I think. Jonathan, I'm originally from the beautiful island of Jamaica. So I am originally Jamaican, but I live in North America right now. Yeah, so let us know, Dean. I know you're very vocal when it comes to women and what you think women want, and you're also a uncertified OBGYN. So, in terms of your love language and your wife's love language, do you think you both know what they are? Do you think Nadine is ungrateful at times, or Nadine says she says sometimes. She has already answered and she says sometimes. So let us know what you think, Dean, in terms of Nadine. So yeah, so I just wanted to throw that out there tonight to see, what we think. As women, we may not say we're ungrateful because some of the time, depending on your relationship, I don't know, but depending on your relationship, you may do a little bit more in the home. So your partner may ensure that you are treated well, ensure that he shows your appreciation if you are the one mostly at home or if you are the one doing a lot of the I would say probably cooking, cleaning, keeping the household together, managing the children. So your partner may show a lot more appreciation to you. But even so, do you not take that for granted and also show your appreciation? So you and Spiral, food. So food in terms of what? So Dean, we know you love to cook. So you're saying that you love to cook. So you're saying food, okay? So let me tell you guys what the love languages are, because a lot of you are saying food, and I don't think that's one of the seven love languages, okay? So let's look what the seven love languages are. Let's look that up. Because you're saying food, Dean, and Spiral said that as well. Tony chimed in to say she loves to cook. Okay, Jonathan, you are a trader. Okay, what do you trade in, Jonathan? Goods and services? Or I hope you trade in diamonds, because if you trade in diamonds, you could, send some over this live. All right, so let's see what the love languages are. Uh, Spiral is laughing. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, you and Dean, as you have made up your own love language. You say food. So so activity, feeling loved through shared experiences and engage in activities, appreciation, feeling valued. So affirmation. So this one is affirmation, right? So emotional, feeling love through emotional support, financial, intellectual, physical, so physical touch, practical, acts of service, right? So you have words of affirmation, you have emotional support or empathy. You have generosity, meaning gifts. You have intellectual stimulation, meaning you have physical touch and affection, and acts of service. Okay, so acts of service, I'm thinking cooking of food, food could be acts of service, right? So that could fall under that category for Dean and Spiral. Jonathan is asking, before we get to Jonathan, so Spiral says oxtail, curry goat, jerk chicken. Once you can cook that, you get a free pass. Okay, Tonian can cook all of that, Spiral, so make it happen. All right, so Michelle says mine is act of kindness and quality time and affirmation. Yeah, I love words of affirmation, Michelle. That's definitely a big one for me. Words of affirmation and definitely quality time as well. So I'm very big on quality time. And George says his love language is caring. So your love language then would definitely be emotional, George. So you need that emotional support, and that's actually fine. A lot of persons are very emotionally intelligent, and so they want to be stimulated in that way. You're saying caring, so definitely kindness for you as well, George. And Dean says, Dean, you're not going to come on this live and say, listen, miss, because that sounds like you are bossing me around. So Dean says, listen, miss, cannot tell you or love language. What? Dean, Dean, why can't you say your love language? That's why your wife has so many side people on her channel. What is your love language? Of course, you can say Michelle was very vocal about her love language. George told us his love language. George knows don't know you and your wife from anywhere. Like we come on, what's your love language? Uh Ghosted says, should I have no idea, Ghosted. I have no idea. Maybe you could go to the pet store. They'll probably allow you to do that. Exactly. No bossing around here, Dean. Did you see what Spiral says? No bossing around right here. Okay. Alrighty. So, Jonathan, you had said how I can mention someone in reply. I don't, it's not like the clock app. I don't know if you know the clock app, Jonathan, but you can't really click somebody's name and or what they say and reply, but you could probably type their name on the chat and then say what you want to say to that person. Maybe you could just do it that way because there's no way to actually at like there's no function on YouTube to actually reply directly to someone's previous message. So you could just type their name in the chat. So Dean, did you hear what the love languages were? Yeah, there's no teacher on this live, Dean. There is Miss Royal Cares, but we're not teaching here. We're learning from each other. This channel is about learning from each other, okay? So we're not teaching here. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a counselor. I'm learning from you, okay? Yeah, humor. Oh gosh, I love to laugh, Spiral. I love to laugh. Honestly, I'm very silly at times and I love to laugh. Not that I don't take things seriously, but if Tonian is still on this live, she can let you know that I really love to laugh. Nadine, if Nadine is here, Nadine will let you know. Nadine laughs more than I do. I didn't know I would find somebody who laughs more than I do. So humor is the best medicine for the soul, honestly. Best medicine for the soul. So for sure. Definitely for sure. Exactly. So Tonian is saying we love to laugh. So that's just our thing. And I mean, we would see a brick on the side of the road and we'd find something to laugh about. So we just love to laugh. Yeah, true. Loving to laugh doesn't make you not serious. It's good for you. It's actually very good. Very, very good. Just like how walking is good for you, laughing is very good for you. Nadine, you're not the only person with that name. So if you don't want your name to be called on this live, you can exit, okay? If you do not want your name to be called on this live, because anyone's name that is called on this live will definitely be a successful person. So if you want your name to be called on this live, you'll be successful. If you don't want your name to be called on this live, then you can exit. Nadine, have a blessed evening. Have a blessed evening, and we will pray for you, okay? We will definitely pray for you. I think that you're one of the women that some of these men are online talking about ungrateful because you seem like a very ungrateful person. You are one of these men, one of these women that the men are caught up in their feelings thinking that we are ungrateful. And I think you are one of those women, Nadine. Nadine could, like me. Nadine, like me? That's not nice, Nadine, like me. That's really not nice. That is not nice at all. That she's Spiral, don't listen to Nadine. Don't listen to her. Nadine, no, we're talking about a totally different Nadine. Don't get Dean. Dean, you have a lot of strength on this live now. And when when you were on your wife's live, you couldn't even talk. You couldn't even talk just now. You could let's not get off topic, guys. Let's not get off topic. So, in short, generally, I think everyone is saying on the live they don't believe women are ungrateful. That's very good to know. I have listened to a few podcasts that some men do think differently. Shotty Slayer, don't pay her no mind. I won't, Shotty. Thanks for joining. Where are you connecting to us from? But there's no perfect situation, and we are all at times ungrateful for whatever reasons. Yes, some are. Yes, Shotty, some are. And for whatever reasons, sometimes We are ungrateful whether men or women. Niagara Falls. Nice, Shadi. I haven't been into Niagara in a while. Nice. Thank you for joining us, Shadi. So, for whatever reason, we do get ungrateful at times. But gratefulness is so good, guys. So generally, I try to maintain my grateful journal. I really haven't been journaling much, but it is so important to be grateful. Absolutely so important to be grateful. I mean, just getting up and saying thank you for waking up, that is being grateful. The mere fact that maybe you have a roof over your head, that is something to be grateful for. The mere fact that you are able to go outside, get fresh air, actually walking, guys, actually walking, actually having your five senses, that's five things to be grateful for. That's absolutely wonderful. So Spiral says, everyone ungrateful sometimes. Right, yeah. And I do agree. Everyone is ungrateful at times. Everyone does have instances where they do not show enough gratefulness, and that is absolutely correct. Oh, my other bestie is here, Simone TV. I don't know if you're still on the live, L, but if you thought my voice was, I think it wasn't L, I think it was Soleil. I don't remember what her name was, but Simone also has a very beautiful voice. You can check out her channel as well. So if you think my voice is beautiful, you need to check out Simone's channel. She is amazing. So we all can be ungrateful. Bestie, we're just talking about gratefulness. You know, I wanted the men to chime in because sometimes we don't give the men a lot of opportunity to speak about us. And so I wanted them to chime in to say, if what do they think? Do they think that their woman or their wife, their partner, you know, whatever it is, do you think that they can be ungrateful at times, sorry, Spiral has set the tone for us to say whether man or woman, you know, we are all ungrateful at times. So I do accept that. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, girl. Do what you got to do. It's busy season right now. Nadine cannot see in the dark, so she has cut off her sewing now. So I hope she can meet her deadlines. Who is that? That's Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy's in the house. Oh Lordy, the spiral set. Yeah, you have set the you have set the tone. You're in trouble. You have set the tone. The king has arrived. My Irish king has arrived. So yeah, so at times we're all ungrateful, but gratefulness is so important. So I don't want us to focus on the ungrateful, right? I want us to focus on why being grateful is so important, right? Ungrateful in the sense of love between us, not God, is God is that. Okay, Dean. Dean, I'm sorry that you couldn't have a voice and type because Nadine is typing and I know she's not expressing what you really want to say. So let me try to read this again. So ungrateful in the sense of love between us, not God, is not the discussion. So, of course, God is always in the discussion. So, I'm not sure if you want to say that we are just talking about partnership here for being grateful. No, I started with partnership, but I'm just saying let's not dote on ungrateful because generally gratefulness is so important and practicing gratefulness is important. And of course, being thankful and grateful to God is priority. If you do know Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, definitely that's our number one priority. Shoti is chiming in. I think women need to show their man more affection because some don't. And that's what I wanted to hear from the men, right, Shoti? I want to know, how do you feel about that? Because there are men who believe that their woman doesn't show them that affection, right? And if that is if their love language is receiving affection, right, Shoti? So I thank you for that point because some men are in relationships and they feel as if maybe it's okay. Like, they probably didn't grow up knowing that affection anyway, and they're not getting it, but that doesn't mean they don't want it. But how do you communicate that, right? How important it is to communicate that, because you could be in a relationship where that is your love language, receiving that affection, but you haven't communicated that, so your partner doesn't know, right? Um, Jimmy's blessing you up, Nadine. One love to Nadine and Dean, millionaire. Okay, CD and DVD King. CD and DVD King and Queen, bestie, have arrived. Um, So, Simone, I'm not a cross-dress king. Jimmy with the jokes. And JB, my hubby. Good night, cares. And to each and everyone in the house, blessed love to you all, lovely people. Thanks for joining, JB. Appreciate you. Yep, definitely spiral both ways. You don't show affection, the other person will stray. Do you think so, Spiral? Do you think if you don't show, because affection, you could show affection by you give physical touch every now and then, you are physical with your partner every now and then, you might say, oh, you look nice in that shirt every now and then, but how much does your partner want affection that you're not showing it, that you think that person would stray? That's a very powerful statement, Spiral. That's a very powerful statement. Dean says you sound happy since your hobby. Okay, Dean, this is not a mix-up channel. Okay, Dean, this is not a mix-up channel. I'm a happy person. Okay, so whether my hobby or hobbies are in the chat, it doesn't deter us from our topic. Okay, Dean, I didn't take it for a mix-up person. I really didn't take it for a mix-up person. So I think Nadine wrote that. So Bestie says, Simone TV says, mankind has got a tendency to be ungrateful. I think that gratefulness is something that we have to have purpose in our hearts to do. I agree. Otherwise, ungrateful spirit speaks louder than grateful spirit. That is very profound, bestie. You have to, that's why I'm saying you need to practice gratefulness, because if you don't, then definitely ungratefulness will seep in, and you will look over to the other green grass and you would think that, why on earth am I buying so much fertilizer and my grass is still brown, right? So you have to practice being grateful. You got to be grateful that you actually have grass. You have to actually be grateful that you have a home with a backyard or a front yard that has grass, right? You actually have a home. So that's being purposeful about practicing gratefulness. As Spiral says, losing affection is about as bad as losing trust. Once it's gone, you might never get it back. And that's true, Spiral. That's so true. That is so true. Thank you, Bestie. You look so pretty. Thank you. I think it's YouTube. Do you think it's YouTube making me look so gorgeous? Wow. Well, thank you. Uh, Jimmy's agreeing with Dean. And Michelle is giving you a bless up, JB. Spiral says, I believe it. Real affection, not fake. I think you're saying fake, right, Spiral? People can sense it. Yeah, for real. We definitely, you can sense after a while, Spiral. I think not immediately, but I think after a while you do sense that it's fake, right? Shorty says, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, Shorty, but Shorty says she does know. I tell her, but it's on and off. I don't know. Maybe it's not her thing. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, or maybe she doesn't know how to show it, Shorty. Affection, especially if someone is not used to it or has any underlying trauma with it, right? Some people don't know how to show it that well, and I appreciate the fact, Shorty, that you have communicated that. I also appreciate the fact that you're saying it's not her thing, so maybe it's a present situation for you. So regardless, you still show her love, you still appreciate other things that she can bring to the relationship. So that's very valiant of you, I do find. And Jimmy says, look beautiful in that shirt. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. You're happy, Gilmore. Good, good. Simply Michelle says, I'm back. JB finishing up some work. Okay, so yeah, she's finishing up her stuff. Hey, Miss TikTok. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Miss TikTok. Appreciate you. And Jimmy says, Michelle, hope you're keeping well. Miss TikTok is giving us some hearts and love. And that's true. It has to be a practice. Exactly, Michelle. It has to be a practice. And Spiral, Jimmy, Spiral, JB blessing you guys up. And Simone says, JB, I have to be sharing my bestie with you, but I don't mind. No, Simone, it's no sharing. JB has a special attention, and you have totally a special attention, okay? We don't share around here, okay? Because sometimes I don't know who JB is sharing his love with, so we leave it at that. So this TikTok is blessed up everyone, and Simone is agreeing with Spiral, and Jimmy is talking to JB. So JB says, okay, Simone, it's only one me. It's only one you. Okay, JB. Yes, so Spiral is saying, yes, fake. You might not see it at first, but it will make itself known. It does. It definitely does. You can't keep that up for very long, Spiral. There's no way you can keep up being fake for very long. Being fake is so hard. So when people don't believe somebody that they are being who they are, I don't know, because being fake is hard. I sure cannot do it. Being fake is so hard. The Spiral special attention is food. We know that, Spiral. We know. So if we can't cook the curry goat, if we can't cook the oxtail, then we're out. We're actually out. But yeah, pretending is so hard. There, people. Eventually, that mask will fall off, right? Eventually, that mask will fall off. And thanks for the hearts and the love, Michelle. Appreciate it. So yeah, we have to practice gratefulness. It is so important. I don't know. I think like Nadine sabotage me. My phone wasn't charging, so let's get that charge going. Yeah, if we can't cook Spiral, we know where out. We know where our wings are clipped. It doesn't make sense. It definitely doesn't make sense. Jimmy, do not start with the eggs, no butter, because you need to eat eggs and butter, okay? It's very good for you, okay? You need to eat it. It's very, very good for you. So start eating some eggs and cook with some butter. It's very important, okay? So start doing that. Yeah, so we need to practice gratefulness. It's so important. Like if you get up in the mornings, the mere fact that you are breathing, that is something to be grateful for. If you're going off to a job, that is something to be grateful for. Like, and well, I would say start with at least two things every morning. Then the next morning you can get to three. The next morning you can get to four. And by the time you know it, you're at minimum 10 things every day. Like once you start even journaling, like writing them down, you will realize how quickly you fill that book up or how quickly you fill that page up, right? So Jimmy says, I'll eat jam and protein other ways. No, eat some eggs and butter. Okay, Spiral, I'll see you soon. Whose birthday was it? Okay, it was my son's birthday, so I just kept the balloons there. So it was my son's birthday a few weeks ago. Joella, hello. Hey, how are you? How are you doing? Thanks for joining us. Thank you. Thank you, Jolia. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. So yeah, you will realize how quickly once you start practicing gratefulness, how quickly you will be able to just do it just generally, just normally. It will just become of your regular routine. No ifs and buts about it. You'll definitely just do it with no problems. Yeah, thanks, Jimmy. We are July and January in this house, so I am July as well. He's July, and I celebrated it. I don't know. Was it a week ago, Nadine? I don't even remember now. So he's July and I'm July. And your son's birthday is in June. Okay, June. Nice. Nice. Nice, Jimmy. Yeah. So So what about you, Jimmy? Do you think women are ungrateful in a relationship? Have you experienced anything like that? What is your love language, Jimmy? Dean is afraid to tell us, but maybe you can tell us. What's your love language? And your nephews are July, early in the month. Okay, nice. Yes, July is the best month, Jimmy. Don't worry about it. So we're not celebrating anything else but July. Nothing else but July. I know the September people were gonna get me, but that's okay. What? That's the question. Yes, that is the question, Julia. I wanted to bring out the men and ask them, do they feel as if women are ungrateful? I know, watch your September people coming out. I wanted to pull the men out tonight, asking them, do they think women are ungrateful in a relationship? As well as maybe what is their love language? Does their partner know their love language? And what do they feel about that? Is their partner able to always satisfy their love language? Bestie saying, my love language is affection. Okay, there were a lot of those answers this evening, Bestie. Their love language is affection. Michelle and I were saying, Michelle did say affection as well. Kindness. Michelle said kindness, so I think it falls with affection. And both Michelle and I agree that we also love words of affirmation. So that is mine. So what about you, Jolia? What is your answer there? Jimmy saying women can be stubborn, like men, but that's life. We all have good through moments. We might not agree. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're a stubborn person, am I a stubborn person? Else would have to give me that feedback because I'm going to say I am not. So, so somebody else maybe would have to give me that feedback. But that makes us stronger as humans. That can make us stronger for sure. Yes, so Michelle is agreeing. That's what she did say. So a lot of people want affection, and you know what? As humans, as mankind, I like Bestie says mankind. I like that word better. Um, we all crave affection. We all want to know that we are wanted. And so, depending on your relationship, well, maybe not depending, but in your relationship, you want that affection, but it may not be a priority for some. And some persons might prioritize quality time over actual affection, while some persons may prioritize words of affirmation, right? Yeah. So Jimmy, you're laughing. Why are you laughing, Jimmy? Um, yeah. So Jolie, I'm waiting on your answer. Don't shy away. Tell us what you feel. Do you feel women are grateful, ungrateful? Do you think generally we don't want to generalize? We don't want to feed those angry men on that side who feel as if women are ungrateful, and so that's why maybe right now they are single and not mingling. So what do you think? Jimmy says, because as long as you don't get a scam, as long as you don't get a scammer woman, Jimmy, Jimmy. You know, scammers keep us on our toes, Jimmy. So scammers keep us on our toes. Scammers keep us vigilant. Scammers keep us vigilant. So you always got to look out, Jimmy. You never know. You never know. Nadine could be a scammer. We watch her every day. You know, she could be scamming Dean. Who knows? She could be playing the long game and scamming Dean. You know, Bestie could be a scammer. Who knows? They all could be scammers, Jimmy. Who knows? So Bestie says, I'm not stubborn. I think hubby is. But he is soft to me, so he's very wise. He's a very wise husband, to be say a wise husband, and he knows he's always right. But truly, I think he can, he can be stubborn. So Jolia says ungrateful. It can only be defined by two people in the relationship. Honestly, the two people in the relationship should know each other's love language. To- totally agree, Julia. It's very, very important to know your partner's love language. Very important. And you know what? I mean, some persons may not necessarily know that generally there are love languages, but they know what they like. And it would be, it would be awesome if everyone in a partnership knows that person's love language or is feels comfortable enough to communicate their love language to their partner, right? It doesn't mean if you don't know it, your relationship is in jeopardy. It just means it would make it much more of such a beautiful and engaging partnership if you both knew each other's love language, if you both aimed all the time or as best as possible to satisfy that love language. I just think it would make it much more of a beautiful experience. Um, Michelle is laughing, so I'm sure it's Simone's comment. Thanks for the love, Michelle. Jimmy says, the way I see life, if you're happy in life, that's all that matters. Life is short. We all make mistakes, and we have to show how much a person matters in our life. Yeah, definitely, Jimmy. I think it's very important to tell each other how important, whether our partner, whether our children, whether our family, it is so important because life is short to tell each other how important you are to each other, how much you're grateful that each other or that person is in your life. It is extremely important. Love is a trust barrier. Explain that a little bit more, Jimmy. Love is a trust barrier. Explain that some more, Jimmy. Simone says they figure it out after a while if you are together long enough. They do, because sometimes maybe we don't even know what our love language is immediately, right? And if you have chosen that partner and that partner has become your lifetime partner, maybe we learn each other's love language after a while. Maybe we figure it out. But if we know what they are and if we want to know what they are, then let's just ask. And my other bestie says, Tonian says, women can be ungrateful sometimes, but I think it depends on the woman's expectations of the man. Very good. So many women go into a relationship for as a transaction, right? So if you find that men are probably saying women are ungrateful, those are women who I call transactional women. So if they went into that relationship because the man stepped forward bearing gifts, the man stepped forward saying, hey, I can, you can go back to school, I'll do that for you, I'll buy you this apartment, I'll rent you this, I'll lease you this car, I'll get you that. If that's the reason or that's what brought that woman forward into that relationship, that's what she's gonna bring, right? So if that man says, oh, you've never acknowledged my birthday, you've never called me at work and asked me if I had lunch, you've never called me on your day off, or when you have some free time to see how I'm doing, that man will say, or that woman will say, that that partner is ungrateful because that's a transaction. Jolia says, my husband doesn't like gifts and he showers me all the time. If someone doesn't see him giving him physical gifts, might say he is always giving it to me, but I know he loves me cooking, cutting his nails, etc. Exactly, Jolia. So he will shower you, but that he doesn't like it. Some people don't like the attention, right? So he doesn't. It's okay if you don't give him a gift, but the other thing, see, he loves that you cook, right? He definitely loves that you pamper him because you cut his nails. So that's as you, and when you came in before, Julia, you says it's between the two persons in the relationship. So outside people looking in might say, oh my gosh, I've never seen Julia give her husband a gift. Meanie man. But no, that's not his love language. It doesn't really matter to him, right? So definitely keep your eyes in your own house, right, Julia? Michelle says, I do believe couples practice the love languages daily. Some persons just are not aware that they have an actual name. I agree. I definitely agree, Michelle, because I mean, this is something that I've learned, not recently in terms of maybe the last 2 to 3 years, but recently in terms of maybe the last 5 or 6 years. I knew what I liked, but I didn't necessarily put a name to it to say, oh, I love the words of affirmation. I probably never put a name to it years ago, but now that I know, I'm very vocal about it, and I'm not shy to say what I like. And Jimmy says, well, if you trust someone, that you expect that in return, and that trust barrier is we are both two different humans, and the barrier is the place of peace, that we cannot get jealous and trust each other. Dean has a lot to say on trust. I think I was on Dean's live last week. Bestie Simone was there too, and we said a lot on trust. Trust is such a very delicate topic. Um, and not everyone trusts 100% completely, while someone else will say, I'm in this relationship and I trust that person 100%. I would love to get trust 100%, but that would be a very unrealistic expectation. And so I trust in God 100%, but I'm not going to trust in man 100%, because man is human. They will make a mistake. It doesn't necessarily have to be a mistake as drastic as cheating. It could be a mistake as maybe not showing up on time for something that is important to me. And then that would break my trust. So trust is such a delicate topic, Jimmy, and probably we'll do that another time. Jolia says, men and women are human beings, both have the ability to be ungrateful. Yes, we definitely agree to that point, Jolia. We all have it in us. And that's the reason I was also saying, let's practice gratefulness each day, because if we don't practice it, ungratefulness will seep in. Yeah, I definitely agree with Michelle's point as well, Julia. And Michelle is saying, yes, Julia, that's acts of kindness. And Bestie Simone is saying, same, me too. I'm not afraid to say what I want respectfully. Yeah, I agree with that. It's so important to do that. Jimmy says, if someone tells me something in confidence, I'd never break that trust. That's excellent, Jimmy. Everyone wants that. Everyone wants a partner like that. Everyone wants a friend like that. In terms of, if I share something with you in confidence, I really don't expect you to say it to anyone at all. Anyone at all. And that's a very good trait to have, Jimmy, and I respect that. Even if it's bad, I'll try and get advice how to overcome that problem. And I do agree. Pan, okay, like I'll say Theodora. Hi, Theodora. Thanks for joining us on the live. Remember to give us a like and subscribe. Where are you joining us from, Theodora? Thank you for connecting. Amen Cares agreed on the trust thing. Mankind is known for having weakness in judgment. That's right, Michelle. So it's very hard to say you are going to trust someone 100%. You know, that's an unrealistic expectation. Simone, being able to communicate effectively and respectful is, yes, it is very, very important. It is very important. And as we strengthen our relationship, we learn how to do that, right? That's something you learn. That's definitely something you learn. Some persons can be a bit abrupt. I know sometimes I have that. I'm a bit abrupt. I don't mean anything, but it can come off as being abrupt. It can come off as being short, and some persons may not feel it is respectful. So that's something I know I work on daily. But as long as I know that I have that opportunity to work on, I know definitely I'm growing and I'm trying to fix that. we Bestie Simone says, and we start to be grateful to God first of all. We practice to say thank you every single time we close our eyes and open them again. That is a very big step. Yes, it is such an important step. For the mere fact that you open your eyes each day, thank you, Lord. From the mere fact that when you move to get up in your bed, you actually feel your limbs and you actually wake up in your sound mind. Thank you, Lord. That's correct, bestie. Simone is agreeing as well with Jolia. And Jimmy says, one thing I'll never do is talk about people behind their back and look down on a person. The only time I've looked down on a person is when I'm helping them back up on their. Okay, that's so nice. Okay, Jimmy, you know what, Jimmy? I'll stop talking about Nadine behind her back. Okay, Jimmy, I get the point. I'll stop talking about Nadine behind her back. I'll stop talking about Michelle. I'm done. I'm gonna fix it. I won't talk. I won't talk about them behind their back anymore, Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy. I get your point. But that's awesome, Jimmy. Yeah, we all should definitely practice that. Um, that's definitely not something that we want to do. Yeah, that's true, bestie. Very profound. Very, very profound. The only time he's doing that is if he's getting somebody off their feet. And Nadine says, I always thank the Lord for all the good things he has done for me. Amen, Nadine. We need to. We need to. We need to. He knows that we're grateful, but he wants to hear it. So just as how God knows that he's doing stuff for you, he wants to hear that you're thankful, right? Just as how your partner knows that you appreciate him cooking those meals, those nice fried dumpling that you always get, Nadine, he wants to hear it. Thank you, Dean. I appreciate the fried dumpling. It was a bit tough this morning, but in any case, my tummy is full. Okay? And Bestie can say to her hubby, I'm so grateful for you and how you take care of your family. We may not tell you all the time, but we appreciate you. Okay? Tall man, why you coming over here and hiding? Were you playing peekaboo over here, tall man? You're playing peekaboo. Bless up yourself, tall man. Tall man, this is a different. I don't know this. This is a ninja or what? So we have to say it. So whether or not we think they know it, we need to say it. Whether or not we think God knows that we are grateful, we need to say it. We need to open our mouths and praise and say thank you. Hey, tall man, we appreciate you. What's going on? Tall man is blessing up everyone. And Jimmy says, I found that the secret heart of Jesus is the human kindness, and we have to help others all we can to make the world a better place, showing love. Absolutely. Excellent, excellent, Jimmy. That is absolutely correct. To be more like him, we have to show kindness to everyone, everyone, Jimmy. So, tall man, everybody blessing you up. Michelle blessing you up. Simone says, Nadine, that emoji is not allowed. What emoji did she put? Did she put a makeup face emoji? You hear that, Nadine? That emoji is not allowed over here. Don't come over here with that emoji, okay? Don't come over here. I'm going to block that emoji from over here, Nadine. Don't bring it over here. So, Nadine, blessing you up, tall man. Yeah, so definitely we have to say it. We have to, and our children. Let's not forget our children. Let's let them know that we appreciate them. If you have children old enough who understands, that, let's also let them know that we appreciate them. We appreciate the little stuff that they do around, because I know I sometimes call my boys for a lot of things. Can you go get my handbag from downstairs? Where is the remote? Even though I know it's their fault anyway, where is the remote? So let's also remember to let them know how grateful you are, that they are doing a good job, whether it's at school, whether it's their behavior at home, whether it's what they have done, outside of the home. Usually when my children and I, we do devotion, we usually have a routine where we at least do two things that we're grateful for. And we also do two things that you did today in terms of acts of kindness. So it kind of pushes them every day to at least come with two things that they are grateful for, and at least two acts of kindness that they did outside of the home. So that's also something that I can share with you, that you could also, if you are not already doing it, that you can also do with your children. I find that it helps them so much. Sometimes I find them hurrying up, if they see somebody, they're hurrying up to go hold the door for that person because they want to come back to devotion to say, oh, remember I held the door for that lady, or mom, I helped that lady with her groceries when we were at the supermarket. So, it kind of helps them, especially depending on their age group. My boys are 10 and 14. So they still have that growing, you know, they're still in that growth period. So, it helps. And Tallman is asking whose birthday. It was my youngest birthday, Tallman, and it was also my birthday a week ago and a few weeks ago for my son. Thank you, Bestie, for reminding Nadine that this is a safe space. We don't need to be angry. If you're angry, Nadine, please talk about your feelings. We are here to support you. So this is a very safe space, Nadine. Thank you, Bestie, for letting her know that. And Nadine says, that's why I don't do anything, Simone, because it's safe. Thank you, Nadine, that you know that it's a safe space, okay? And Simone says, you just reminded me I owe my boy some pocket money. Okay, nice. So please, don't forget now, Bestie, you owe him pocket money. Don't forget. We are reminding you. And Jimmy says, oh, my Father, I came to say thank you for your love today. Amen, Jimmy. Thank you for my family. Amen. And all my friends that you've given to me. Guard me in the dark of night, and in the morning send your light. Amen. Thank you, Jimmy. Very nice. Julia says, and extend grace. Oh, wow. I love that one, Julia. Extend grace. Remember, all of us have different upbringing and may not do things how we think. Very important. They should be doing. Showing grace allows space to have those difficult conversations. That's so beautiful, Jolie. I like that. Yeah. So we definitely need to extend grace. We definitely need to extend grace. That's so true. Simone says, yes, bestie, we pray a Thanksgiving prayer before devotion every day. Beautiful. I like that. Simone, tall man, why are you laughing at Simone? But yeah, I like that, Julia, that we need to extend grace. And generally, we need to extend grace. I know I can speak for myself that sometimes I have huge expectations from my children, especially. And it comes from maybe what was expected of me growing up. And one of my other besties, Tony, is on this live. And I know she usually tells me that too, to give them grace, what I am used to. They are not used to the same thing, and that doesn't necessarily mean I have to put them in the same box as well. So that's definitely something that I am learning and I have learned. So I appreciate that comment a lot, Julia. I really appreciate that. Nadine, 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 what did you say? I didn't. Can you rewrite it, please, Nadine? Because you're saying you thought I was intelligent. This is a safe space, Nadine. Are you saying we're not intelligent here? Because whatever you say to me, you're saying to my audience. So can you please rewrite it? Because I probably didn't read it with much understanding. So can you kindly rewrite the comment, Nadine? We would love to share it and we would love to benefit from it. So if you could kindly rewrite your comments, we would definitely appreciate that. Okay, thank you so much, Nadine. We appreciate you, we love you, we support you, and we will always celebrate you. So can you kindly rewrite your comment? George, sorry, Google isn't God. Google isn't God. Okay, Google isn't God. Okay, how are you? And thank you for joining. Okay, Nadine, can you please rewrite the comments? Simone is only encouraging you to rewrite your comments, Nadine. So stop looking for emojis that emits negativity. Okay, this is a safe space where we want to share and we want to learn. Okay, you're not going to do it. Okay, so we will have to work on our tantrums, Nadine. So we will work on that another day because this is definitely not the live to work on your tantrums, all right? Simone, pocket money or love money? Either one, tall man, either one, she owes him. She owes him, tall man. So if it's love money or pocket money, she got to pay up. She has to pay. Jimmy says, what I found in life, there's so many religions. I respect them all because I have learned no matter who we pray to, we all look above the sky. We just call him by a different name. Okay, Jimmy, I understand what you're saying. Definitely understand. Nadine, what would you like to share? Because later on, Michelle, thank you, my darling, for sticking and staying. I appreciate you lots and lots. Thank you for the hugs and the hearts. Right back to you, Mish. Thank you so much. And again, guys, if you have not connected to Michelle, she is a beautiful writer, especially of romance stories. And I'm telling you guys, if you follow her series on her channel, you will not be disappointed. I was on her live today just listening because I haven't really caught up on the story in a while, and it was absolutely a very good time there listening to her story. Very, very good. Simone says, I owe my baby boy pocket money, tall man, for helping with his siblings. Okay, you get that? Did you get the clarification now, tall man? That is the clarification. She owes her baby boy pocket money because he has been a absolutely amazing big brother. Simone, you still owe me money. Simone, do you owe Jimmy? Simone, Jimmy, I don't think Simone owes you, Jimmy. I don't think so. Okay, Jolia, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you, Jolia. Your comments are absolutely amazing, and I appreciate your feedback. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Jolia. Appreciate you. Jimmy, remember that I'm gonna get your house, so you don't need to take Simone's money to donate to me, because I should have been in Ireland today, but something was wrong with the jet, and we just couldn't make it to Ireland. So unfortunately, you have your house for one more day. So enjoy your sleep tonight, or what is it's in the morning now, isn't it, Jimmy and Simone? So enjoy the house for one more day until we get the jet up and running. Okay, did you hear that? Put it on my back. I don't even buy me a coffee. I don't even have those things set up, but in time, that's fine. Right now, I just want to talk to you guys and we chit chat. It's 2 a.m. Is it the same time for you, Bestie? If it's in Ireland as well? Is it 2 a.m. as well? Or is it 1 a.m. in England? It's probably the same time or around the same time, isn't it? Okay, so I think it's the same time then, Jimmy. So maybe Jimmy is making approximate to say 2 a.m. So I think it's the same time then. It's probably the same time. All right, I appreciate you all for being here. I don't take it for granted, especially Bestie and Jimmy, who is in the wee hours of the morning where I would have already probably fell asleep. So I do appreciate that. I really, really do appreciate that. I'm just gonna close the shutters, guys. Don't move. Let me just close the shutters so nobody looks in. So what was for dinner? Jimmy and Simo and Bestie ate already, but what did you guys make for dinner? And Bestie Simone said she had done stewed chicken. Tony, did you make dinner today? Did you make dinner? Nadine, did you have dinner already? Tall man, what did you have for dinner? Whoa, good girl has joined the chat. Good girl has joined the chat. Tall man, did you have dinner? What did you have for dinner? Do you cook at home, tall man? Jimmy likes to exaggerate. Nadine, don't forget the book of names. No, she cannot take that book over here, Jimmy. Jimmy, that book is not allowed over here. Good girl, good night. Thank you for joining, good girl. Or you might have been there for so long in a good girl. I don't really trust you. So you may have already been there. And Jimmy had pasta and meatballs. Jimmy, why are you saying if I don't remember? I didn't ask you what you had. I asked everybody else. I asked everybody else. Yeah, I know you're not here because you know why you come into the chat now? Because you and Simone and Jimmy are on extended time because you guys, it's in the morning. So you're right to say you're not here. Nadine, what did you have? What did you have? Did you have Sunday, Monday? Exactly, bestie. You guys, good girl is a bushwoman. I'm going to set the bush on fire. No, Jimmy, I know what you had for dinner, okay? Your wife knows what you had for dinner. I'm asking like Nadine. And I knew what Bestie had because Bestie already shared what she had for dinner. So I'm asking, good girl, good girl, bye-bye. I'm asking, and JB, yeah, you know, JB, I know you joined, but you didn't say. JB, do you think I'm an ungrateful wife? What do you think, JB? I didn't hear you chime in on the question any at all. I didn't hear you chime in, JB. You did not, Jimmy. You absolutely did not, Jimmy. Who asked if you were Irish, Jimmy? Good girl. Bestie Simone is calling you back. Who asked if you were Irish, Jimmy? They don't know that you're Irish? Tall man, what did you cook today? Do you normally cook at home, tall man? A lot of men I find can cook, especially Jamaican men. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? It's so nice when a man can cook. Cares why you send my sister away. No, I didn't send her away, tall man. That's how she is. She's going back in the bush. She's not going anywhere. She's going back in the bush. She's going back in the bush. Yeah, 110% Irish. For sure, Bestie Simone. Simone said Jimmy was Irish. Okay. Yes, Kiers, you are ungrateful. Nadine, do you think I'm ungrateful? To JB? Nadine? Nadine, let JB speak for himself. Let JB speak for himself. I'm not an ungrateful wife. Let JB speak for himself. He would never support that. Nadine, he would never support that because he knows that I'm not ungrateful. Oh, you had put it in the chat, tall man? Because Nadine is typing all this garbage. I did not see what you wrote, tall man. What did you say you cook in the chat? Tall man, I didn't see it. Oh, so why did Simone call me tall man? Maybe it's a twang, you know? Maybe she's just saying, you know, man, but it's not necessarily spelled M-E-N, tall man. Maybe it's just a little bit of twang that my bestie has. Okay, what did you cook, tall man? I didn't see it. I missed it, and it's not showing up. Oh, you did. Oh, I found it. Potato and cheese, and is that stewed fish? Potatoes and cheese with stewed fish. Is that stewed fish, tall man? How did you stew the fish? Like brown stew fish? Is that it, tall man? Is it brown stew fish? Yeah, Nadine is mixed up. She's so mixed up, and there's no mix up over here. This is a safe space, and she's coming over here. First, her husband came over here with mix up, and now she's extending the mix up. I'm not ungrateful. JB would never tell you that, Nadine. Don't know. So yeah, she's burning a lot of bad lamp. A lot of bad lamp. Why are you like that, Nadine? Kay's not leaving. Kay's going to what? The neighborhood, or she's in the bush? Don't worry, Jimmy. She's right here. She's right here. She'll chime in when she can chime in. She already sleep out the whole of the day. She already got what the duck got. So she has lots of time to stay even for another half an hour. So I know she's not going anywhere. You're not. Bestie, it's not a twang. You're serious. Okay, tall man, she was serious. Let me take it back. She was serious. So if she said she was serious, she's serious. So you should know why she said that. You should know why she said that. Yes, yes. Good girl sleeps all day, Jimmy, so she can give us even another half an hour of her time. So she was serious, tall man. You should know why she said that. I don't know. You know, you are on these YouTube streets much more than I, tall man, and you're extremely tall, so you can actually look over on highways and byways. So you must know why she said that. So definitely that's it. He has too many ninjas. I know. So I don't know, tall man. But I hope they all say tall man so that we can know that it's actually him. So here's with ketchup. With ketchup, you made stewed fish with ketchup. Tall man, can you cook? Can you actually cook, or you just put things together that tastes good? Well, tastes good to you. Can you actually cook, tall man? What's the national dish in Grenada? Because that could never be good. Fish and ketchup, tall man? Is it fish? Is it like fried fish? Like you deep fry the fish and then put ketchup on it? Tall man, come to the front. Come to the front, tall man. Come to the front of the line. Please explain that recipe. Please explain that recipe. Nadine, hear what? What is going on with you now, Nadine? Hear what? Hugs, Nadine. We're giving you hugs and cuddles, Nadine. You need a lot of hugs and cuddles. Hugs and cuddles for you, Nadine. Acting like a 2-year-old with a tantrum. Tall man, come to the front. Come to the front of the chat. Please explain. Please explain that recipe, tall man. So Jimmy says battered fish and red sauce is yummy with bread. Yeah, battered fish, like deep fried fish, right? Like, yeah, that's fine. Classic. There's only one classic. Only one classic. She works magic. Classic. I cannot sing. You know, this is my little version, but I love your song, classic. I love your song. I love your song. Thank you for joining, classic. Big up yourself. Nadine, I don't do mix up. This is not a mix up channel. If you want mix up, Reds has, I think, I don't know if he, I don't know when he has it, but he actually has mix up radio. So any mix up that you know, Reds have a lot of friends as well. Any mix up you know, any mix up that your friends tell you, what you could do is, you know, carve out some time and go over to the mix up dread channel and you'll be all good. But over here, absolutely no. It's a no for me. Okay, Nadine? It's a no for me. With fries. Yeah, definitely with fries, Jimmy. Okay, so Tallman and Simone know why they laughing at each other. So I just saw Chucky. Chucky, how are you? Hi, Chucky. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Nadine, Bestie's telling you Mondays. He has his mix-up radio on Monday. So what you could do, collect all your little mix-up in a bag or a box and just take it over there, okay? All right. Thank you, Chucky. Welcome. So I don't even know what that means. What does that mean, Nadine? Gue. What language is that? Can you just explain to us what language that is? Because it's not ringing a bell. Like, I know a little bit of German. I know a little bit of French. I know a little poco, a little bit of Spanish. But what language is that you're speaking, Nadine? Could you just kind of translate for everybody on this chat? Because I'm not sure if we know exactly what you're saying. Jimmy says, Nadine, how is that wedding dress coming on? Is she making a wedding dress, Jimmy? I didn't know that. Is she? Here is if you come over, you go, no. No, thank you, tall man. I need to know now. Come to the front of the chat. Come to the front of the chat and give us the recipe. I don't need to come over for the recipe. This is a special recipe for only me. So Classic says, read the chat. Okay, I'm missing something, Classic. All right. So Classic was saying, hi, beautiful Simone. And Classic, what else did you say? Did I miss something, Classic? So you said hi, then you said hi to Nadine, and Nadine told you hi back, and we were talking about when Reds does his mix up, and then Jimmy was asking for what did I miss, Classic? Did I miss something? Journey, what's up, my sis? Thank you, Journey, for joining. What's up, my sis? What did I miss, Classic? I don't know. Thank you for the like, Journey. I don't know what I missed. Maybe it's down below. So Jimmy says, maybe my chat is slow, Classic. So Jimmy says, yes, for you, the wedding dress I told her I wasn't supposed to see. Oh, you're making a wedding dress for me. Or you're making a wedding dress for Nadine, Jimmy. Which one? Which one, Jimmy? A green wedding dress? A green? A green wedding dress, Jimmy. Oh boy, a green wedding dress. Wow, wow, wow. Jimmy blessing up Journey. Okay, so she tore it up. So she actually tore it up, Jimmy. That's how bad mind her spirit is. She tore up the wedding dress. She tore it up, but that's okay. That's fine. And Jimmy, don't approach her for anything. She's not a designer. She's absolutely not a designer. I would not want Nadine to make my wedding dress because she's ungrateful. Jimmy, she's not a designer. Like, we can go definitely to a designer. We don't need Nadine to make a wedding dress because we don't want it for free. And so let her rip it up because she would be the person I chose anyway to make the dress. So I'm so happy she ripped it up. So that's okay, Jimmy. Let her rip it up. I'm so happy she ripped it up. Absolutely so happy that she ripped it up. So don't worry about that. Tall man, come to the front of the chat. Why you can't tell us the recipe for the fish? Why can't you tell us the recipe for the fish? Oh, Chucks is your friend. Yeah, I did tell Chucks hi. Chuck, thank you. You are connected with Classic, and we love Classic over here. We love Classic all across the community. So I do appreciate you, Chuck. He did say hi, Cares, and I did bless him up. I did bless him up. I did bless him up, Classic. Thank you, Classic, for introducing Chucks to me. I appreciate that, Classic. One Classic. Okay, okay. Look here, you have to give my friend attention. Later, Journey, later. Give my friend all the attention. And that's the exact thing we were talking about to Journey. That's one of the things we were talking about. You do your thing, girl. Thank you. He's a new community. Okay, he's new to the community. Okay, you will love it over here. I'm not sure about some of the persons in the community. I'm just joking. I'm joking, Chuck. You will love it over here. Thank you, Chuck. We appreciate you. I am going to connect to you. So let me just make you a mod, Chuck, so that I can go back and connect to you after the live. So I'll go back and connect to you after the live. Chuck, thank you. Appreciate you, Chuck. Yeah, that's okay, Jimmy. Let her rip it up. That's okay. She's not a designer, so she was struggling anyway. So maybe that's why it ripped. So she probably didn't do it intentionally, Jimmy. She just doesn't know how to make it, and so it got ripped up, and that's okay. You cannot have expectation. You cannot have an expectation of a tree with a branch, right? And Nadine is a branch when it comes to making wedding dress, and so let her rip it up, okay? That's okay. You know, we still love her. We accept her for being a branch, and that's okay. All right. So, Chuck, if you're still on the live, we had started a conversation on, do you think, and Classic 2 can chime in, do you think, it was mostly pertaining, I wanted for the men to answer, but a lot of women have passed through and gave their opinion, so it doesn't really matter at this point. Do you think, or do men think women are ungrateful? So in relationships, sometimes we find that, men try their best as possible to show as much affection, love, and attention to their woman. And at times, depending on if we know or we don't know what our our partner's love languages, we may come off as being ungrateful or probably not grateful enough. So that's what we had started the live off in discussing. So, feel free to chime in where that is concerned. Do you find yourself practicing gratefulness? Do you think you are grateful enough? Generally, with your partner, generally with family or friends, generally even thanking God for the day. So Jimmy says we don't need the holy dress, Nadine. And Nadine says, no, Jimmy, she's not a good person. Nadine, you cannot convince Jimmy that I'm not a good person. So good luck. Good luck with that, Nadine. There's nothing that you can say. Good luck. Good luck, Nadine. Good luck with that. Good luck. Good luck, Nadine. Keep having your tantrums, Nadine. You're not there. You won't convince Jimmy that I'm not a good person. Jimmy knows that I am a good person, and everybody knows that I'm a very good person, Nadine. So good luck. Absolutely. Good luck with Nadine. What is a jinal? Can you explain that? A lot of people don't know what that means. Can you explain what a jinal is, Nadine? Nadine, explain that. Exactly, bestie. Jimmy, my bestie is top class. Nadine, what is a jinal? What is a jinal? Explain that. Trickster. So I'm a trickster. Have I ever tricked you out, Nadine? Because if you really want me to say mix up, you were being tricked today and not by me. So there are a lot of witnesses here that saw that you were being tricked today and not by me. So I know I'm not the trickster. It would be more like your husband is a trickster. So Jimmy says, good luck. That's the Irish Liam Neeson saying from the movie Taken. Good luck. I know, I love that movie. Wow, who loves Taken? Who doesn't like Taken? Who actually doesn't like Taken? I love Taken. I love that movie so much. Is he Irish? Is Liam Neeson? Yeah, he's Irish. Okay. There's a lot of Irish actors and actresses, isn't it? Wow, nice. I said what I said, Nadine. I wasn't the one who tricked you out today. So I don't think I'm the trickster. I really don't think I'm the trickster. Simone, I was the class clown. Okay, you are the jokester, Jimmy. You're definitely the jokester. So yeah, we were talking a lot about gratefulness. Nadine, do you practice gratefulness, Nadine? I'm calling on you a lot because you don't tend to speak up, and I want you to speak up. Do you practice gratefulness, Nadine? And when was the last time you showed appreciation for being grateful to your loved ones? He could be beside you, but he still tricked you out today. He still tricked you out today, so that doesn't matter if he's beside you. He still tricked you out today. Sometimes. Okay, so Nadine, all of your answers are sometimes. Do you practice anything all the time? You practice eating ice cream all the time. I just remember that one. You practice eating ice cream all the time. You remember that actor I showed you, Jimmy Nesbitt he grew up with. Okay, he did. Okay. You have to be you. So what does that mean, you have to be you, Nadine? What does that mean, that you have to be you? What do you mean you have to be you? We all have to be ourselves. We all have to be ourselves. We said it earlier. We said it earlier when Spiral was here. It's so difficult to be fake. After a while, that mask will fall off. It's absolutely so difficult to pretend all the time. That mask will definitely fall off. So yeah, you can only be yourself. And we wouldn't want you to be anyone else, Nadine. We wouldn't want you to be anyone else. You don't beat around the bush. Okay. Okay, I appreciate that, Nadine. You don't beat around the bush. We appreciate that. They're both from Coleraine in Ireland. Liam Neeson and Jimmy Nesbitt. Okay, I don't know the places in Ireland, but if you say so, Jimmy, You are the best when it comes to that. So I trust you. I definitely trust you. JB, have you answered the question? Now you come out to defend Nadine and you haven't answered my question. You didn't even defend me when Nadine said I was ungrateful. And now you're coming to defend Nadine. I thought you would have defended me. Wow, JB. I see where your allegiance lies. I see where your allegiance lies, JB. I see that. Thank you, JB, for letting me know. The truth must come to light. The truth must come to light. And Jimmy says, I should ask Jimmy to meet Liam Nielsen, but has never entered my mind to ever ask. Okay, you should ask. You should definitely ask. JB, I see where your allegiance lies. Thank you for letting me know tonight. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate. I'm not picking on Nadine. I'm just pulling her out of her comfort zone for her to engage with us in the chat. So I'm not picking on her at all. She's picking on me. She's being mean to me. She did say that I'm not a good person. You didn't come out of the bush to defend me. She did say I was ungrateful, and you did not come out of the bush, JB, to defend me. But you're saying that I am picking on her. So that's okay. I have Jimmy in the chat, who's been so nice. I have my bestie Simone in the chat. I have my bestie Tony in the chat. Chuck is a new friend in the chat as well. So I feel safe. So that's okay, JB. Don't worry about it, bestie. Let the sleep take you over. Let the sleep take you over, bestie. Just put the device down and let me chat and ramble on, and let me continue to pick on Nadine while you fall asleep. The two of you were warring, and I don't want no, we are not. We are not. You're just not coming out to defend me, JB. But you always come out to defend Nadine. That's okay. That's quite fine. I just know where your allegiance lies, and you made that very clear tonight. And I will not forget it. Okay? I will not. Why is everyone always picking on? Yeah, why is everyone picking on Jimmy? Why is everyone picking on Jimmy? JB, do you find that women are ungrateful in relationships? Why don't you answer that question, JB? I would like to know your opinion on that. Okay, Nadine, you're a nicer person than me. Nadine, if that makes you feel better, if that will make you sleep better tonight, that's totally fine. Nadine, let me just say it for you with more emphasis. Nadine, you are a much nicer person than Cares. With a round of applause. All right. So if that makes you feel much better, this is a safe space and I want you to feel safe. So thank you for letting us know that, Nadine. Exactly. I know you will defend me to the end, bestie. No doubt about that. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing you think you do. What does that mean, JB? Because you are Chucky Simone. And that's okay, Nadine. Sometimes you need a friend like Chucky. I hope you have a friend like Chucky, Nadine. I hope you have a friend like Chucky that will be there to the end. I hope you have a friend like Chucky to be there with you to the end. Oh, JB is your Chucky. JB can be the Chucky. JB can be a Chucky, Nadine. So when you need a friend to the end, call JB like Chucky, okay? JB is your Chucky. JB is your Chucky. Don't forget that, okay? Just ring JB. JB is definitely your Chucky. Oh boy, we don't want to remember what he looks like or what he had in his hand. We don't want to remember that. We just want to remember how loyal he is, Jimmy. We just remember how loyal he is, okay? We just want to remember how loyal he is. He was very loyal, okay, Nadine? So we don't want to remember the bad parts. We only want to remember the good parts. He was a very loyal friend. Okay, whatever he did in the end, we don't want to know. Whatever he did in the end, we do not want to know, okay? We don't want to know what he did in the end. That's okay. We don't want to know. We definitely don't want to know what he did in the end. Nadine, can you buy us some ice cream? Can you buy everybody in the chat some ice cream, please? Can you buy everyone in the chat some ice cream? Hi, Endu. How are you? Menenze, did I pronounce that properly? Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Endu. Thank you. I bet he looks more like Chuck, the fat kid from the movie The Goonies. I don't remember that movie. I'm doing well, Endu. Thank you. I'm just chatting and connecting with everybody. We had a topic earlier, but I think we've exhausted it. So we're just chit-chatting right now. Everyone but you, not you, Simone. Why is Simone a issue? But let me not call that one person's name, or JB will come back out of the bush. Kiers, did you cook one of your delicious aesthetic dishes today? I did. Bestie Tony, I did not. You big stan. Wow. All the way from Ubixstan. Am I pronouncing that properly? Hi, how are you, Arpov or Aripov? Am I pronouncing that properly? Ubixstan. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you for connecting with us. Thank you. JB says, yes, some of them do and don't know how to appreciate nothing. And that's the truth, Cares. Okay. I respect that, JB. Yep. Some of them do. Some, whichever one persons they don't always show gratefulness. What you don't remember, the classic movie. Yeah, I know the movie Goonies, but I don't really remember what happened in it. It's been so long since I've watched that movie. It's been absolutely so long. Absolutely so long. Manenze, Simone is saying you're up early. Okay, you're working. Okay, well, we appreciate that, and we do appreciate you. Appreciate that you came by to say hi. And you cares no ice cream. Okay, Nadine. Nadine, I have ice cream, you know. I have ice cream. I was just saying for everyone in the chat, you could have just gotten some ice cream, but maybe next time when we're on your live, we'll get ice cream, Nadine. But I have ice cream. No, I did not make any of my delicious meals today. I should have, right? I should have. I had a long day. I was on Nadine's live like the whole day, and so I didn't get a chance to cook. I just had a very light meal, and I'd promised Bestie that I would have gone live. I didn't want to disappoint, so I made sure to come live. They go to find, oh yeah, they go to find the pirate's ship treasure. Okay, yeah, that's a classic though, for real, Jimmy. That movie is The Goonies is definitely a classic. Definitely is a classic. That is a classic for sure. You scream ice cream, we all scream for ice cream. Okay, I won't call your name anymore. I won't call your name. Just enjoying the Jamaican. Ah, thanks, Endu. Just enjoy the Jamaican accent. Thank you. We all scream, Jimmy. Yeah. I won't be like Nadine. I won't go and eat my ice cream on the live to tempt people. That's not a nice. Oh, sorry. I keep calling that person's name. I won't eat ice cream on the live to tempt anyone else. So I will not have ice cream on the live. I can't hear you screaming. Scream louder. Oh, Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy. Oh, boy. Everybody's in bed, and Bestie and Jimmy is up and about. Well, Bestie's probably falling asleep. She's fighting the sleep. I know that for sure. So that's why I know she's such a good bestie. And JB had JB did say what he had for dinner. I didn't get any. He had pumpkin rice and stewed chicken, but that's okay. I didn't get any dinner. I know Jimmy would have shared his pasta with me if I was close by, But definitely when I come visit tomorrow, I'll probably get whatever he's cooking for dinner. So that's for sure. Tomorrow for me and this evening for Jimmy. And do what do you do? What do you do? Where are you connecting from? Where are you connect? Bestie knows you. I don't. I probably would have connected you in some way before, I think. And so, can you remind me where you connecting from and do? And if you want to share what you do, that's fine. That's fine. It's a personal question. I shouldn't even have asked you that. But where are you connecting to us from? Tall man, who are you fighting? Nobody's fighting over here. Yeah, I'm not calling any names, bestie. I am not calling any names. I am not calling any names. I'm keeping my mouth zipped. I'm not calling any names. I don't have a problem when someone calls. I feel so proud. Oh, wow. Nice. Nice. I want to learn to pronounce your first name and do my name. Maybe Bestie will help me with it another time. I'm so poor at that. Maneze. I know my name. I know I'm not pronouncing it properly. You're from South Africa. I love the South African accent. So funny you say you're enjoying the Jamaican accent because I absolutely love South Africa's accent. Absolutely love it. I have a very good friend in the US and she visits South Africa so often. I don't know how she has never invited me with her, but she has visited South Africa like probably 3 or 4 times a year. But I love the accent. Simone, you all see now this lady here is coming. I'm not coming at you. What did I say? JB? JB? JB, my one and only. What did I say? I did not say anything. I said you defend that lady. That's all I said. Okay, so Bestie's helping me with the pronunciation. Manenza, Manenza. Okay, Manenza, Manenza. Okay, that's beautiful, Manenza, Manenza. Okay, beautiful. No, JB, I'm not coming for you. You're my one and only. You've been with me from the beginning. I would never come after you. I would come after the other person that you put in that sentence, that other name. But you have a special place. I would never. So don't let the people on the live think that we have any issues because we do not, JB. We don't have any issues, okay? Yes, JB, Simone and Kiers always pick on me, but it's all good. Okay, we shall not say anything else. We shall not say anything else. Absolutely not. We shall not. Yeah, that's a big sigh at the end. Yeah, big sigh, bestie. No, the person said I'm not to call their name, JB. I was told not to call their name. So why would I would want to be very respectful. I'm not gonna call the person's name if the person does not want to be called. I think I should respect that, JB. What do you think? JB, do you know that you have not sent any hearts or flowers on this live? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. JB, you have not sent any hearts or flowers on this live. Why? I don't know. Something is wrong tonight. Something is definitely wrong. Bestie, Bestie, don't respond. Bestie, Bestie, don't respond. Do not respond. Don't respond. Bestie Simone, don't respond. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. Don't respond. Don't respond, please. Don't You stole his flowers, Jimmy. How dare you steal his flowers? How dare you? Yeah, okay, she's writing in Jamaican. Is she? Was she, Menense? Was she writing in Jamaican? Was she putting any patois in Jamaican? Oh boy, yeah, don't respond, bestie. Leave that fight alone. We will live to fight another day on her channel. We will live to fight another day on her channel. Oh, the chat is very active. Okay, I got you. Tall man, you have not stepped to the front of the chat. What are you doing with hearts or flowers? It don't have any wedding here, Kiers. No, I still JB is known for his hearts and his flowers. So I'm asking for it. We were just talking about communicating your feelings. And so I'm communicating what I would like. So that is why I'm communicating to JB that I haven't received any hearts or flowers. So it doesn't have to be a wedding. It doesn't have to be any occasion. It doesn't have to be any occasion. I like hearts and flowers. So I'm communicating that to JB. So he's saying the chat is active, so he doesn't need to make it very colorful at the moment. And so we will walk away with that. Okay? Tall man, don't come over here and give any trouble. Don't walk street and give any trouble. I don't know you to be a troublemaker, in a tall man. I don't know you to be a troublemaker. That's because the kick has arrived and I stole his thunder. You did, Jimmy? Okay, you did. JB. Okay, let me see what my bestie is typing. Let me just move on and say bestie. Him give out the whole of them. Yep, I think so. I think it's finished. It's conveniently finished over here, but that's okay. We, as Reds would say, carry on. Let's carry on. Let us carry on. Let's carry on. Guys, we've been having, oh, I closed the shutter. I'm looking back like I could look outside on the grass. But we've been having a heat wave for the past few days. And the flowers, oh gosh, the flowers are really crying out. I should have watered today. I told someone that I know on this live that I would have watered the flowers today, but I forgot. I totally forgot. So I got to get up early tomorrow morning and water them. JB says, the lady is asking for what she wants. She have all the right. Yeah, JB. Yep. I asked for what I want. That's me. I asked for what I want. So Tallman says, so how much you want? What happened? One inside cares. No, nothing happened. I didn't remember that I closed the shutter, so I was about to look outside at my flowers, and then I remembered that I already closed the shutters. I'm just saying we've been having a heat wave. It's so hot. It's been so hot, and I keep forgetting to water the plants, and that's not good. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. Tallman, what is Grenada's national dish? What is Grenada's national dish? Bestie, does England have a national dish? Like the Caribbean would say we have a national dish. Because I don't, what is Canada's national? I think here it's probably they say poutine. Because I think they say poutine is original to Canada. So maybe they'll say poutine over here. I don't even know. But Tallman, what's Grenada's national dish? Oil down. Oh, you had something about oil down, but I didn't make it to your live. Do you still have that live up? Oh, thank you so much, Menenze. Thank you. Oh, fish. Oh, okay, yeah, true, bestie. Fish and chips. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for the flowers, JB. Fish and chips for sure, bestie. That's true. Fish and chips is definitely a UK thing. Definitely. And do you know, Bestie, a lot of the like mom and pop restaurants over here that do fish and chips, it's actually baby English, like English residents. Like they came here and opened those restaurants. So you'll always see a little English flag on their storefront. So and it'll say fish and chips. Thank you, Menenze. And yes, enjoy the rest of your shift. Yeah, fish and chips. So chips would be like fries. So that's right. Isn't that right, Bestie? Like, because Jamaicans say chips as well for fries. Dean, I wonder if Dean is still on the live. Dean, don't Jamaicans say chips? Well, Bestie will know too. Bestie is also Jamaican, so I don't even have to ask Dean. So chips would be like fries, Menense. And I think Jimmy was telling me that Bestie probably would know as well that because for here, Canadians kind of use chips interchangeably with fries and actual the ones in the bag. And Jimmy was saying they call it crisps, but we still say kind of chips here too. So, Kiers, we have to watch what we say to JB. Once told me he doesn't have a doll. He that absolute. If he had a doll, I'm sure he would stick some of us already. So I know JB doesn't have a doll. I hope you don't have a doll, Jimmy, hiding somewhere, sticking us. Yeah. So chips is definitely fries. And I think maybe in England or Ireland, Jimmy was saying you guys say crisp for the ones in the bag, the potato chips. We still say chips. North America mostly say fries. So somebody is ringing my doorbell. What time is it? 9:30. I wonder who could that be? Okay, that's not safe. At 9:30, somebody's ringing my doorbell. Let me check the doorbell. Oh, I don't have the TV on. Okay, let me check the doorbell, guys. It's scary. Who could that be? I know, it's somebody sticking me with a pin. Hold on. Alexa, show front door. Okay. Alexa, back to home. Okay, guys, I have no idea who that was because they left. So I don't know who that was. Potato or bag one? Yeah, so potato chips would be the one in the bag, right? So we say chips here. Chips could also mean fries. So I'm calling and you're not answering. Who are you calling? Were you the one at the door just now, tall man? All right. So Bestie had said that's nice because it's easy to travel from here. So they will have lots of tourists. And Menenze says, I'm still working. I will be finishing my shift. And oh, that's nice, Menenze. And no, it's not. JB doesn't have any voodoo. Yeah, like the ones at KFC, but bigger, right? Right. JB says the only doll I have, Jimmy, she is sitting right in the on the phone screen. Ah, is it me, JB? Is it me? And Alexa, I won't say that because Alexa will say to me, Jimmy, that I don't know what you're like. She'll say I don't understand, so I'm sure she'll say that. So Menenze says Caribbean belong to Jamaica, or is it independent? Help me with that, guys. So Menenze, Jamaica is the capital. Jamaica is the capital of the Caribbean. I'm just joking. But the Caribbean is a group of islands, Menenze. Jamaica is considered the third largest island. So people correct me if I'm wrong. Jamaica is known is known for its water. Well, they say wood and water. Tall Man Menenze is from the island of Grenada. They are also considered a Caribbean island, and they are known for spices. So they are known as a spice island. Your spirit, right, Tall Man? Dean is sleeping. Oh, Dean tired. I know he does most of the work anyway, so he's tired. So Jamaica is part of the Caribbean. So there are several islands in the Caribbean, including Jamaica, including Cuba, including uh, Dominican Republic and Haiti. So there are several islands in the Caribbean, also including the Cayman Islands. You have Grenada, you have Barbados, you have Trinidad and Tobago. So we are just one of the islands in the Caribbean. We are just maybe in most of our opinions. Maybe Tallman has a different opinion. It's that we are one of the more popular islands in the Caribbean. And we all of the all, not all, I would say 99% of the Caribbean, we are our own independent state in some way, Menenze, because like for example, Jamaica is still a part of the British, so we do have a governor general, and we still pledge allegiance to the king, while Barbados has moved away from that and they don't have a prime minister or a governor general. They are considered now a republic and they have a president. But for the most part, most if not all Caribbean nations got independence in their own respective time and are considered independent. One of the islands that is not an independent nation would be like Turks and Caicos. So I don't believe so. Tony, if you're still on the live, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they would be considered an independent nation. So yeah, but most of the Caribbean islands are independent, Menenze, and we do have either a prime minister. In Barbados's case, they are one of the first, if not the only Caribbean nation that has pulled away from Britain in terms of having pledged allegiance to the king. So I hope that gives you a bit of clarity, Menenze. It's just that lots of people know Jamaica. Okay, so Tony is clarifying for me. Thank you, Tony, bestie. No, they are a British overseas territory. Thank you so much. Trinidad, Jimmy has pulled away. No, I don't think so. I don't believe Trinidad has a president. I don't believe so. I can check that, Jimmy, but I don't believe so. As far as we know in the Caribbean, Barbados is the only country so far that has gone ahead with becoming a republic and has a president. Yeah, I don't think Trinidad has. I think a lot of us are talking about it. So Trinidad is probably talking about it. Jamaica is talking about it. But no one but Barbados has successfully made that move to become a republic. Okay, you are good with that now, Menenze. Yes. Jamaica is very popular, and so many countries around the world know Jamaica, especially because of our music and how our music kind of revolutionized Black people. You have definitely you have Bob Marley with the music. You definitely had a lot of other revolutionaries. Remind me, guys, of the revolutionaries. I can see his picture with the Black Star liner, but oh gosh, I'm not remembering such a revolutionary person's name at this time. But you guys can tell me. Thank you, Bestie Simone. So Ireland is thinking of it, and Scotland. Okay, Jimmy. I would have thought Ireland would have done that already, because I know Ireland is such a revolutionary set of country, and you guys are known to be revolutionary. So I thought you guys would have done that already. We wanted the United Ireland, the unification of Ireland with the south of Ireland. Okay, so that hasn't happened yet. That's what you're saying, Jimmy? That has not happened yet. Are you close with Haiti? Yes, we are close to Haiti. I believe we are pretty close to Haiti. So you have You have Cuba, you have Dominican Republic, and Haiti is one big land mass. But on one side it's Dominican Republic, and on the other side is Haiti, and then just below that you'd have Jamaica. So yes, we're pretty close to Haiti. Oh, so you are correct, Jimmy. I stand corrected. Bestie Tony is saying she just confirmed that Trinidad is actually a republic. Wow, Jimmy, you know more about the Caribbean than me. Wow, hats off to Jimmy. What? So, Bestie's asking the person if they could, you and the woman on the screen, if you could read their message at the top. So, the if Dean's wife, I don't know if Dean's wife could read my bestie's message at the top there. There's a message for you. So you are correct, Jimmy. Trinidad is actually a republic. Thanks, Bestie Tonian, for confirming that for us. So we are close to Haiti. But Tallman probably left the line. But I don't think we're that close to Grenada. Grenada seems like they're a little bit further away over the other side of the Caribbean Sea. Okay, so you remember, oh, that's a long time. In school, Jimmy? Or you remember reading about, that's how long Trinidad has been a republic? I didn't know that. I never knew that. I should go and brush up my skills where that is concerned. I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. I thought it was such a big thing when Barbados did it, so I really didn't know Trinidad had already done it. Hey, Humber Girl, how are you? How are you, my darling? Thank you for passing through, Humber Girl. I appreciate you. So Trinidad had people brought in from India. Yes, so Trinidad is a mixed culture. They did have Indian indentured labor. Jamaica also had Indian and Chinese indentured laborers as well. So Jamaica or Mata is really out of many one people. I think maybe more Indians probably would have gone to Trinidad, and so their culture and a lot of their background is mixed a lot with the Indian culture. So yes, they do have that, but Jamaica is a melting pot across for a lot of cultures, including German. You have a little town in St. Elizabeth called Germantown. So, and that is because a lot of Germans settled there. And you have a lot of Chinese Jamaicans. So you'll see them. Their roots are originally from China, but their accent is just like mine. You have white Jamaicans. Their accent is just like mine. So Jamaica is a big melting pot compared to other Caribbean islands of different nations that settled there in Jamaica. All right, so Humber Girl says, I'm good, Cares. I am good as well, Humber Girl. Thank you, my darling, for asking. And Humber Girl is blessing up lots of people in the chat. Menendez says, Bamboo Clack, what's that? I grew up hearing this, even that song by Peter Tosh. Peter Tosh was such an excellent songwriter, wasn't he? I don't think he got enough attention as a songwriter and as an artist. But Bamboo Clack, maybe I would have to listen to the words of that song. So I'm not too sure. Anybody knows what Bamboo Clack means? JB, would you know what Bamboo Clack means? I don't know both together what bamboo clap means. I would have to look that up and get back to you on that 1 minute and say I'm not too sure. Maybe if I knew the song, I could know what context they used it in. So I'm not too sure what that is. Jimmy says, well, the Irish was originally from Norway. We were brought in during the times of Viking. Okay, of Viking. Oh, and I love Viking shows. But you know what Jimmy is saying, like Jimmy is saying, look at it. Even the Irish, they weren't originally from there in Ireland. They were originally from Norway. Like so many people are in countries now, especially in these North American countries, and they believe that they were the first settlers. And it's so ignorant of people to believe because you feel that you are superior to others that you were the first settlers in a particular country. Like for example, my ancestors were not the original settlers in Jamaica, right? like the Arawaks, the original or indigenous Indians that Christopher Columbus came and saw and eradicated, they were the true Jamaicans. We don't even know enough about them because they were eradicated before they could even pass on their culture, before they couldn't even pass on children or make generations, right? So it's very ignorant now that I'm seeing some of these videos going around. Recently, I saw a video of a Canadian woman in a city quite close to where I live telling an immigrant family that she's a Canadian. Why? Because of the color of her skin. She's not an original Canadian. Whatever land she had, her people stole, right? So it's so ignorant of people when you live in a country, you were born in a country, to say, if you don't know the history of that country, if you don't know the history of that people, to say you were the original settlers of that country. So thank you for that, Jimmy. Just wanted to share that. Classic is saying hi, JB. And Jimmy was saying, but there was Irish people in this island also. Yeah, for sure there were. But if you're saying most of them, a bad word cares. What was the bad word? What was the bad word? What was the bad word? And Classic is sending love. Thank you, Classic. And lots of castles still in England and Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. Yeah, lots of castles. Definitely lots of castles are still there. And you remember the history books. Yeah. And you know what? Some of these history books are so flawed too, because there are a lot of history that we don't know that um they were hidden from us. They put whatever they wanted in the history books. So there's a lot of history that we don't even know. But I encourage everyone, to know your history, know where you're from, and try to find out where your ancestors were from. I That's something that I really want to do, and anyone who has asked me where I would want to visit, I've always said Ghana, and I don't know why. I know there's a lot of history in Ghana with the slave trade and with Africans, and I have this pull towards Ghana. I don't know if because of what I know from history, or if there is something that I need to find out about Ghana, but I really do have a pull for Ghana. I would love to visit most, if not all, of the of Africa, but I have this personal pull towards Ghana, and I would love to know more and know more about my ancestry and my history. So JB, you deleted that. Okay, maybe you wanted to say something else. We'll wait on that. And Bestie Simone says, "Me can't sleep because of you." That person name that I shall not call. So Menenzi says, "My favorite music is reggae music. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice to hear that, Menenzi. That's why I want to know. My village are so opposed with reggae music. Last year we hosted Burning Spears. Yeah, Burning Spears is such an absolute great musician. So that is very good to hear. Reggae music, wow. One of my best lyrics that Bob Marley said in one of his music, he said, "When music hits you, you feel no pain." And that is absolutely so true. So reggae music is such a colorful music. It's so beautiful and it's so original. Anyone who is doing true reggae music, I really applaud them, because reggae music is across nations, it's across culture, it has touched so many lives. So I'm happy to hear that. It's not because I am Jamaican, Menenze, but I'm really happy to hear that you love reggae music, because I love reggae music. Because it's just something that you can listen. Anyone can listen to it, from the youngest to the oldest. Like, everybody seems to love reggae music, right? I was watching this random reality show, just allowing it to play yesterday, and this lady from England, an older lady, she was like, she loves reggae music. That was just something random that she just said. She said, "Oh, and I love reggae music." So many people love reggae music. So Jimmy says, Like when I was listening to people like Malcolm X, I learned a lot of history, such like slave trade with people in the USA that believe their surnames is their real name. Exactly, exactly, Jimmy. Like the name that my surname, I absolutely know it's not from my ancestors. I definitely know. Most of us don't have our ancestors' name anyway. I remember a co-worker, we were in a meeting, and just before everyone came on the meeting, he was like, "Wow, your surname, I've never heard it before. Like, where is your family from?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Like, if you want to know where my personal family from, I can say, but I know he was asking me because of the culture he's from, and last names is very important to them. So if you say their last name, you definitely know which family they're from or which village they're from, and so on and so on. So when he asked me, "Wow, my he's never heard my last name before. Where is my family from?" I'm like, "I don't know my history." And that's just the reality of it because we don't have our original names. It was the names they were given. Exactly. It is the names that we were given. We don't really know our names. Simone says, "I was stolen from Africa and brought to the Caribbean." Exactly, Bestie. We were all brought here, or ancestors were brought here against our will. Like sometimes I say to my children, "Oh, you need to learn your history. You need to learn, where we are from Africa." And they're like, "Oh, but we're Jamaican, mommy." And I'm like, "No, it goes deeper." Jimmy says, "So hit me with music, hit me with." That's right, Jimmy. You'll feel no pain. And JB says, "No, B Cloud is the name of the." Oh, no. Okay, JB. No, we can say that, right? YouTube won't censor us. No, Bombo Cloud is the name of the song. Oh, it's a Peter Tosh song. So it's not. Oh, okay. Menenze. So JB is telling you the name of that song by Peter Tosh. And that word is a curse word. It's one of the many curse words that Jamaicans have, Menenze. So let us know if that's the song that you're talking about, Menenze. So that's the song, Trenchtown Rock, Buffalo. Okay, Buffalo Soldier. Yeah, definitely no Buffalo Soldier. Jimmy says, "Buffalo Soldier, if you know the history, then you'll know where you're coming from." And Menenze says, "Do you know the Rita that, okay, is living in Ghana?" Okay, it's Ghana that she's living in. Okay, I didn't know. I know she lived in an African country, Menenze, but I didn't know it was actually Ghana. Yeah, I have this pull. I don't know. I've said it before, and I know I will. I will. God will give me that opportunity. I will visit Ghana. Jimmy says there was also Irish white slavery. The people didn't know. Ooh, yeah. So yes, Menenze, I know she. Okay, you knew that as well, Bestie. Yeah, I didn't know exactly where she was. I know they have a lot of land and they live in one of the African states, but I didn't know it was actually Ghana. And I said a lot of Jamaicans actually live in Ghana. I was following a couple of YouTubers, not recently, quite a while now. Maybe I haven't gone back to their channel in a while, and there are a lot of Jamaicans living in Ghana, I must say. Thank you so much, Menenzi. I do appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. If I could live anywhere else outside of Jamaica, I would definitely choose Africa. Honestly, I would definitely. The only thing I would pray and I would love for Africa is if Africa could be one and there was no borders. I would love in my lifetime if that could be achieved. No borders across Africa. I would really love to see that. Jimmy says, "I was once talking to Bob Marley's daughter." Really? Sidel, is Sidella? Is that what you wanted to say, Jimmy Sidella? Is that his daughter's name? I don't remember her name. Okay, Jimmy, nice. Yeah, that's what I would love for Africa. If there were no borders, I would love that in my lifetime, actually. Maybe that's a pipe dream, but who knows? God is still in the miracle making business. Yeah, knowing your history is so good, beautiful. We are working on that, right? Wow, how powerful would Africa be, Menenze? Oh my gosh, that gives me chills. How powerful would Africa be if we saw that in our lifetime? Can you just like Just imagine that, guys. Just imagine that. Wow. Jimmy says we both went through the same thing with loss. Okay, and I learned a lot. Okay, beautiful, Jimmy. I appreciate you sharing that and your vulnerability where that is concerned. Humber Girl says, I I stepped always for a while, but okay. Thank you, Humber Girl. Appreciate you, girl. Appreciate you. And JB says it's not a bad word, Kiers. We think it is, but any word that we can't spell is a bad word. I guess I'm just reeling in from my history where when we were growing up, JB, we can't say certain words or we don't want the children to say certain words because it, people use it to mean other things. But I get your point, JB, for sure. I get your point. Jimmy says Nelson Mandela came to Ireland and helped the peace progress here. Beautiful. Mandela was powerful, right? Mandela was powerful as a free man. Mandela was powerful as a man that they, locked away for no apparent reason, you know. So I remember as kids, children, I'm trying not to say the word kids, but I remember as children, we would always say free Mandela, not knowing, all that Mandela went through. And we used to always say free Mandela, free Mandela, free Mandela. Mandela became a free man in my lifetime. That was an amazing thing to see, and let him rest in power for sure. Menenze is sharing with us. So Menenze says we have started by free trade. Oh, beautiful, amongst Africa. That's a big step. Thanks, Classic, for still being here. Appreciate you, girl. So we have started free trade amongst Africa. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And you know what I liked recently? I think that happened maybe last year or the year before. You can correct me if you know as well that history, Menenze, when Ghana says that they would stop selling their cocoa to Europe because they are buying those cocoa pods or cocoa beans for little and nothing from those villages, and then they go back, they turn that into the most expensive or luxurious chocolate and sell those back for an arm and a leg. And I remember when the Ghanaian president was saying he is going to put a stop to selling his cocoa beans to Europe. And that was a bold move. That was an absolutely bold move. I don't know if it's still happening, but that was a very bold move. Classic says, I'm in the background trying to get something. Okay, beautiful, Classic. We love that. We love that. We love that. Attend to him. That's your priority. We love that. And Jimmy says, when I watched the movie, The Long Walk to Freedom, it brought tears. Yes, that was definitely a movie that you couldn't watch without having some type of emotions at all. Yeah, I know. That's true, Jimmy. Beautiful. But yeah, that was a very bold move. I know as well. Can't remember his name now. Is it Ibrahim Menenze, who's doing a lot too in that African state. He's definitely ruffling a lot of feathers there. He's really, really going all out for his people. And I love to see that. Jimmy says, what if you don't have arms and legs? In terms of what, Jimmy? If we don't have arms and legs, in terms of what? In terms of what, Jimmy? We don't have arms and leg in terms of what? So yeah, that there's a long ways to go, but doing free trade across all African states, that's a very big move. That's an absolutely big move. Absolutely huge move for us. Huge move. Love to see that. Oh, they would bite for they would bite for an arm and a leg. Jimmy with the jokes. Like I saw this video with, I don't have absolutely no idea how the fight started, but a man without arms was fighting this lady, and he was just basically trying to kick her because, of course, he can't use his arms, right? He has no arms. And then one of the comments said, if they were to arrest him, where would they put the cuffs? Think about that. If they were to arrest him, where would they put the cuffs, right? Um, yeah, I know you know what I meant, Jimmy. I know you know what I meant. Oh gosh, thank you guys. It's how long have we been here? We are gonna wrap up soon. I'm not gonna I know I'm keeping probably Menenze company while he finish while the shift gets finished. So I appreciate that. Classic while she attends to her boo. We're keeping her company as well. And Jimmy, oh, you're a trooper. Bestie Simone, you're a trooper. Tonian, bestie with the facts, you're a trooper. Humber Girl as well, listening to us in the background, you're a trooper. Everybody that passed through tonight, you're such a trooper. JB listening to us, trooper. The name that I shouldn't call, we love you. You're a trooper. Journey passed through earlier as well. Thank you. Jolia passed through. Michelle passed through. MM was one of our first um, guests to pass through. So we appreciate you all for being here. Classic brought a friend, Chuck. I'm going to check you out later. We appreciate you as well. Jimmy says they would probably just tie him to the chair. I don't, I, I don't know what they would do, Jimmy, but I thought that just was food for thought for me. Like, he doesn't have arms. Like, where would they put the cuffs? Like, I know some of these comments are just for jokes, but it really gets you thinking sometimes. It really, really gets you thinking, honestly. I don't know. It really gets you thinking. And oh, okay, I remember. Yeah, good gal was here. Good gal, if you're still in the background or you're going to your bed, we appreciate you, good gal. And I have lots of other people in the bushes that are not talking, so I do appreciate you as well. Sis Elsie would say, all my silent listeners, I appreciate you, and that's so true. I appreciate all my silent listeners. I love, love, love you. Panit was here earlier. There was Elle earlier. I think there was Celine. I don't remember her name. Beautiful. So lots of persons passed through earlier. Menendez says, West don't want us to stand by ourselves. Few days, there's a young man invited to a scientific calculator. We're doing, oh, there's this young man invented the scientific calculator. We're doing amazing in South Africa. Of course, they don't want, and they don't want to talk about it either, Menenze. When when Africa has a breakthrough or does an invention or has any type of success, you don't hear it in the media. You don't hear it. Like, it just comes about. We're using so much technology, especially in the medical world, and it was started or invented by Africans, and you do not hear about it because the West doesn't want anyone to know that it started there, right? It's pretty sad, but that's the reason we need to teach our children. We need to know for ourselves, right? So we are not brainwashed. So definitely we need to know that for ourselves, for sure. Appreciate that, Menenze, for letting us know that. Yeah, Jimmy, you're right. It does, for sure. It really does. Thanks for the hearts, JB. That means my chat is slowing down. You gotta talk, people. If JD is putting hearts, we're not talking in the chat. So don't leave all the talking to me. Put something in the chat. Definitely put something in the chat, okay? So yeah, definitely they don't want to know. You don't hear when we have any achievements. You know, there I have seen so many articles downplayed with our children too. Like the first or the youngest to do this, the first or the African American, or I wouldn't say African American, African to do this, right? We have so many achievements, honestly. Thank you so much, guys. I really enjoyed. Oh, thank you, Menense. And we appreciated you being here too. And we learned a lot from you. So we appreciate that as well. Jimmy says, I always said Africa was one of the richest countries. And the reason I always thought was because the government had all the money letting people struggle and resources, right? Africa is full of resources, full of resources. It's gonna come a day when it's all taken back, right? It's all taken back as and we are all of these, especially Caribbean too, in Africa too. There's so many resources that people get greedy for, and the people are left behind. It's pretty sad where that is concerned. It happens, but we'll get it right one day, Jimmy. We hope we'll get it right in one day. We really hope we do get it right one day, for sure. Definitely for sure. Yep, the people struggle, and I know in the colors of the Jamaican flag, they used to say the black is for the struggle. I don't know if it means that anymore, because I know they change up a lot of things where it's concerned. But they used to say the black in the flag is for the struggle of the people. I'm not sure if it still means that for sure. But it's 10 o'clock. And we are going to say thank you again, everyone, for joining. We're going to give Jimmy and Bestie some time to get some snooze. JB will get to rest his fingers from the hearts and the love, even though I know he loves to do it. But I appreciate all of you for sticking and staying, for showing your love. It's 3 a.m., Jimmy. I don't think you sleep, Jimmy. I really don't think you sleep. It's 3 a.m. Yep, it's 3 a.m. in England and Ireland. And it's going to be 10. It's right now. The clock strike or stroke 10. And so we are going to say so long, farewell, adieu, adieu, adieu. Thank you, everyone, for passing through, for sending your love, for giving your likes. We appreciate your time. I never take your time for granted. This is a safe space. And we will be back with another pop-up live very soon so that we can hear from you. I can learn from you, and maybe you learned something from me, but I sure learned a lot from everyone tonight. So thank you, thank you, thank you, JB. You're leaving us with your favorite color. We appreciate that. The name that I cannot call, I appreciate you and your sleeping husband. It's 4 a.m. in South Africa. Wow, Menenze. Appreciate you, Menenze, even though you are at work, so it's not that bad. Thank you, humble girl. Bye-bye. And Jimmy, who hails her, the singing voice of an angel. Oh, is that me? Okay, thank you, thank you. Classic, I hope you made a wonderful meal for hubby. I hope you didn't do any rush thing and it was you put your heart and soul into it. Thank you, JB. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Be safe out there. And remember, God loves you. I love you. Practice gratefulness. Go into your bed. Thank the Lord for having a wonderful day. Thank the Lord for having great family and friends. And adieu, adieu, adieu. Au revoir. Bonsoir. Good night. You're not done. You're not done, Classic. You should be done. You should be done. What time? Hubby's eating too late. You should be done. Bye. You should be done, Classic. Classic, hurry and get it done. I'm going to come off now so you have no excuse. So good night, good night, good night. Adieu, adieu, adieu. Bye, guys.